Hi, this is Greg Ammerman, Director of Training with Financial Education Services and FES University. And on behalf of FES's co-founders Mike Toloff and Paramount Nyack, Assistant Director of Training Joe Locke, my wife, Senior Vice President, R&R Club member and $1 Million Club member, Fernita Ammerman, as well as our entire FES University team, I want to be the first to welcome you to this very valuable and extremely informative program, Secrets of Success, the live audio series. You know, since Fernita and I became involved with FES in 2010, all I can say is it's been a ride of a lifetime. It's been amazing for our family, for our friends, both old and new, but it's been especially great for us because of the many great relationships that we've developed over the past several years. I have such a passion for FES and for having the opportunity to work with such great people. FES is something that keeps me excited, something that gets me up early and keeps me up late. I can honestly say this is the best opportunity I've ever had. And that's saying a lot because I've had the chance of experiencing and achieving quite a bit in my 25-plus year career. But nothing surpasses this. We are all very fortunate to have such quality individuals as owners in Mike Toloff and Paramount Nyack. Both of these gentlemen have been beyond a pleasure to work with, and they have always exemplified the highest level of integrity, concern, and generosity when it comes to the agents. That's why we call it the FES family. And working with FES makes it so easy for me to give my all and for me to want to pour everything I have into every one of you that wants to learn, that wants to grow and get better and achieve financial independence. As you may know or have heard, I just completed my last official Secrets of Success training after about 6 years on the road. And now it's time to pass the baton. Every one of us is extremely fortunate to have some of the best trainers in our industry out on the road conducting the Secrets of Success trainings weekend after weekend. Believe me when I tell you, very few companies, if any, have a lineup of trainers like we do. If you haven't been to a live SOS training program and haven't had the chance to see Joe Locke with over 25 years of industry experience and one of the most dynamic speakers you will ever see, or Randy Donnell, one of FES's consistent top producers and leaders, or Jill Halbreich, who epitomizes persistence and hard work and has climbed the ranks and stands amongst some of the very top agents in FES, or Derek Smith, a record-breaking producer who is one of our company's best team players as he extends himself to everyone company-wide, or Mike Miller with his passion and energy for helping people, or Orlando McKenzie who brings a wealth of knowledge and ability to teach, lead, and train, or Miranda Harris who is another great example of understanding the ebbs and flows of this business and how to regain your focus in order to achieve success with FES. Not having an opportunity to see these individuals and work with them would really be a disservice to your business. These individuals made up of regional vice presidents, R&R club members, six-figure club members, all have one thing in common. They have results. They've proven and documented that what we teach works. We know the trainings have been the biggest reason for the growth and success of our company and our many hardworking agents. Keep in mind, we are continually looking to add new trainers to our already existing powerful team, and our eyes are always open. The opportunity to become an FES University trainer is available for any agent who is completely sold out to the system, fulfills the necessary criteria and requirements, and has the ability to impact agents and the company in a very positive way. Now it's time for you to experience your success. And there's no better way to do it than to listen to this Secrets of Success audio program. Of course, many of you listening to this have had the opportunity to attend a live Secrets of Success program I've done. So you know I like to keep it real and I have no problem expressing my true feelings. And for those of you who this is your first introduction to Greg Ammerman, well, you'll find out pretty quickly that the only way I know how to present is with passion and by speaking right from the heart. So if you'll take the time and energy to listen carefully and absorb the many lessons, philosophies, strategies, concepts, experiences, skill sets, and most importantly, the attitude necessary for success on this program, and you go out and apply it like so many of us have, you too will feel the exhilaration of winning big in FES and in your life. Now, before we move on to the actual program, let me take a few minutes to set the stage for what you're about to listen to. It's hard to believe that the last SOS audio program we had that many of you have listened to was made about 5 years ago. And I could tell you a lot has changed in the past 5 years. So many things with FES, FES University, the agents, and certainly myself. I'm a different person today because I've grown through all my newfound knowledge and my experiences. That's what it takes to be successful in your FES career. You have to commit to personal growth, self-development, and honing your skills. And that's what Fernita and I have done to build our FES business. We attribute all of our success to what we teach at the SOS trainings and following the same system we're going to share with you. It just works. One thing you can know for sure, we are no better than anyone else. We've just been here longer than most, and we've worked harder than most. But if you're willing to put in the time and the work, you can be right where we are and even beyond. Nothing can stop you other than you. Keep in mind, this audio series was taken from a live SOS training, and we really tried to make as few edits as possible so that we could preserve the original power of the program and keep it as raw as possible. Of course, because of this, don't expect me to be perfect because I'm definitely not. So you may hear a few stumbles along the way, as well as some other random sounds because live means in front of a live audience, so anything is possible. In addition, realize that I'm talking to the people at this particular SOS training, and therefore when I make references to documents, forms, scripts, videos, etc., those are things you can also access, usually in your back office or fesuniversity.com or one of the other company websites, or from your upline, or certainly at a live Secrets of Success training. You will also hear the names of several top people who were at this SOS training, as well as other top people in the company who may not have been in attendance, but are mentioned in a particular example or in a story about their success or challenges they faced, or in reference to our relationship. You'll hear stories, analogies, and true life experiences that relate directly to the FES career opportunity. So are you ready? Are you sure you're really ready? Because one thing you can expect with zero doubt, it's going to come fast and furious, direct and straight to the point, and of course, the I don't care attitude needed for success will be front and center throughout. I'm going to be your drill sergeant and your parent raising you up in your FES career. But at the same time, even though Greg Ammerman is a tough-natured kind of coach and leader, one constant holds true. It will definitely be filled with a lot of laughs and good times. The idea of this program is to get you to stop, think, and consider, and maybe even say, because that's what you need to do in order to make positive changes in your life and to be motivated to go out and implement what you learn so that you too can join the ranks of Vice President, the R&R Club, and one day, the $1 Million Club. That's really our greatest objective, to help as many people as possible fulfill their goals, expectations, and dreams. Please make sure you don't just listen to this program once or put it on the shelf to collect dust. This CD series was meant to be worn out. Remember, we need you to have $1 million mindset and $1 million skill set, and that comes from the lessons on these CDs. And more importantly, the live SOS training programs that you also bring your team to. But these CDs are a serious tool, a powerful opportunity to allow what you need to know to become a part of who you are. You have to be subconsciously competent at FES. You have to be a professional in order to become immensely successful and possibly even reach that FES millionaire status. Now, I didn't say that listening to this program will make you a millionaire. I said the concepts, ideas, strategies, and philosophies are here in this program. But the application, the implementation, the commitment, the discipline, and the work ethic required, that part is up to you. So listen to this program over and over and over again, as repetition is the mother of all learning. Now let's get started as we go out to my last official Secrets of Success training live. I'll see you at the top. Welcome to Secrets of Success. My name is Greg Ammerman, Director of Training with Financial Education Services. My wife and I have an agency as well. We're senior vice presidents with the company, and we're very fortunate, very grateful for all that we have accomplished here with FES. So I know some of you I've seen before at other trainings and other events. Some of you I have not seen. This is our first time working together. So it's part of history because it's your first training, right? Which is cool, and my last. You'll get to say that.
I was at my first training, and it was that guy's last training. But it's not my last training. When I say that, only in an official capacity, meaning that this is my last official Secrets of Success training, okay? And that simply means that I'm not going to be a regular on the schedule of the rotation of the trainers that travel around the country. It doesn't mean I can't appear at a Secrets of Success training as a guest, or it doesn't mean I couldn't even do a Secrets of Success training, except that would be more of a special event. And I'll still be at all the other things like the convention, like the advanced training programs like we just had in Phoenix, Arizona. We had a program called Communication Mastery. And it was an amazing event for sure, as all of our advanced training programs are. And those of you, you'll learn more about that as we go through this weekend's event for sure. But I'm excited. I'm excited to share this information with you. I'm excited to work with all of you. It's like when you're at a sporting event, you know how they take the camera and they go around and they show the stars that are in the audience and stuff. We got some stars here as well. Some people that live here in the area, some people that traveled. We got a star regional vice president, Monica Andrews is here. We got Johnny Newsom, vice president right here. Awesome. We got executive sales directors all on the front row here. Kevin Jarrell and Gene Kempson and Wayman Kempson. So we got Leah and Ed Outlaw all up here, We got regional sales directors here. That's awesome. We also have Romeo House, executive sales director. Can't leave him out. And we also have our #1 cruise contest point earner in here. The first person in history that ever went over 1 million points. 1 million. Over 1 million points. Wow. Now, before we get started here and get rolling, this is a phone. You familiar with these? Yes. So what you want to do with this is you'll want to go to airplane mode. You'll want to go to shut it off mode. Something that will cause you not to be focused on your phone, okay? Because we don't want you to be distracted, especially this weekend. We don't want you to be distracted. And all I ask from you is the same thing that you would expect from me. In other words, you wouldn't expect me during this session to be texting, right? So for instance, if I'm talking and I get a buzz on my phone, and I went over here and I picked it up and said, "Excuse me." So listen, the protection plan service is so valuable. Let me explain why. Hang on a second. You would think that's ridiculous. That would be unacceptable. You would be irritated by that. Exactly. So when you're picking up your phone and you're texting, and by the way, just so you know, you ain't invisible. I can see you. And when you're doing it under your table like this, what else do you think I would think you're doing? So the best thing to do is avoid that by simply going into your settings and, like I do, put it on airplane mode, because then I can turn it back on at a break. I don't have to actually worry about the messages. You know, what did we do before we even had cell phones? Everybody in this room survived. We survived. So you can survive a few hours at a time without being distracted. Because the reality of it is you came here for a reason. You came here because I assume you want to learn this business at a very high level. And that's the first question I ask people. When I enroll an agent, the true question that I ask somebody is, listen, what do you want to get out of this business? What do you want to achieve here? There's not a right or wrong answer. It's a matter of preference, right? Somebody might say, I just want to make a sale or two. I just want to sell a few products. There's nothing wrong with that because you're telling me what it is you want. And if that's the case, you don't need to come to a Secrets of Success training for that. You just simply need to learn the scripts that we have available for the sales. You need to get on a few webinars, and you need to go do some research because we have some of the most extensive information available to you on both fesprotectionplan.com and united-credit.org. So you can do the homework, you can do your research, you can do your reading, you can learn everything there is to know about the product because the product doesn't change, you know what I mean? And we might evolve certain things, but the product is the product. It is what it is. The reason why you come to a Secrets of Success training is to learn strategy, philosophy, and variables that you can't read about. If you want to have a high level of success, if you want to be a pro. This room and these trainings and these events are created for people that want to be professionals. And professionals make a lot more money than non-professionals. It's that simple. If you want to be a pro, that's why you're here. That's why you made the investment, to learn how to be a pro at this business. And who better to learn from than other pros? People that are doing it, that have accomplished something, and can share that with you. It's like when you go to medical school. Who do you think you're learning from? Mechanics? You're learning from doctors. You're learning from other people who have studied medicine, who have practiced medicine, who have gone out and done surgery. That's who runs medical schools and teaches medical school. So you're here to learn from the people who have already done it. And if you pay attention, as people always ask me, what's the key? What's the key? We'll share the keys. We'll tell you the keys. We don't hide the keys. That's what's so great about this business. We have a vested interest in your success. We want you to do great. People always ask, how did you get this pin? Believe me, I want you to have this pin more than you do. This pin is $1 million. This is what it's worth. $1 million a month in volume. Okay? 1 million. And you wear this pin until you get to 2.5 million a month. So it's not just 1 million. Okay? It's a lot more than 1 million right now. So the thing is, do I want you to be doing 1.8 million a month? Heck yeah! Heck yeah, I wish everybody in this room had a pen like this. And then I wouldn't be in this room. Okay? So I'm not going to hide anything from you. I'm not going to keep a secret. I want you to know. That's why we call it Secrets of Success. That's a joke, because there ain't no secrets. People think there's secrets, like there's some secret. Well, this weekend we're going to unveil them all. There's not going to be anything hidden from you. You're going to know what it takes to succeed in this business. First things first, okay? You're here at the Secrets of Success training. What are some of those secrets? Here's the first thing. Everything that there is to know about this business, all right? So we say absolutely unequivocally, teach you everything you need to know to succeed with FES. We're going to teach you everything you need to know. That doesn't mean, of course, that you're going to hear it. It doesn't mean you're going to comprehend it. Doesn't mean you're going to agree with it. And most importantly, it doesn't mean you're going to leave here and apply it. That's why do I need to come again? Well, if you don't hear it, if you don't understand it, if you don't agree with it, and you don't apply it, you better come back again. And you come back, and you come back, and you come back, and you come back. You see, what's funny is when you're 7 years old, and 8 years old, and 10 years old, and 12 years old, and 14 years old, you ain't complaining about getting up every morning, going to school again, and again, and again, and again. And what was your paycheck then? Nothing. Here, that's the difference. I wasn't a good student in school. I didn't pay attention like probably I should have. I daydreamed a lot. I thought of other things. I questioned things. At the end of the day, I did not get paid. When I got in this industry, I became a great student. I was an A+ student. Why? Because you get checks. And the better your grade here, and the more knowledge you have, and the more skill you have, and the more effectively you can apply what you learn and go perform, the more money you can make. I've made many, many millions of dollars in this business, and I'm not smarter than anybody in this room. As a matter of fact, I'm probably less smart than a lot of you. You know one of the things that helped me to succeed? I was dumb enough to believe it could work. Secondly, I was an excellent follower. Listen, this position that I hold here in front of the room, the director of training, all of that, I didn't even ask for that. It's not like I came here and gave my resume to the founders. I wasn't even trying to be this guy up here. I would be happy. It would be no problem for anybody else to be up here. I'll sit down. Sitting is easier. Just so you know, this part up here, this is work. This is work right here. So I don't have a problem letting somebody else do it. But one thing that I was an excellent follower. Excellent. Somebody told me to walk this way. If they were successful, they already had what I wanted, I just walked that way. They told me, go like this. That's going to make me millions of dollars? Yup. Because I don't care what anyone else thinks. I don't. I don't have an ego. I don't have time for that. Life's too short. I don't have an ego. I don't care about all that. Pay me well so I can go do the things I love to do. How many like to be paid well so you can do what you want? Yeah, that's it. We're here to tell you the things you need to know, but you got to hear it. You got to agree with it. You got to understand it, and you got to go out and apply it. And it's all going to be stuff that you can do. So listen, number one is up to us, of course, right? It's up to me this weekend. Number two is up to you. I can teach you everything, but you got to grasp it. You got to understand it, and you're going to have to come back again and again and again. Man, I've invested over $100,000 easy in personal growth, business development, skill building, between travel and the cost of an event. Our events, our seminars are no money. Now, I'm not trying to minimize, $189. I'm not trying to minimize, you'll hear stories of the season pass and what it is. But compared to, in general, what dollars people invest and how much it costs to go to seminars and things like that, it's pennies. Pennies compared to it. Because our objective here is to teach agents how to be successful in FES. That's our objective. We're not in the seminar business. We're in the FES business. We're in the education of our agents business. But obviously we have to cover the costs of this because the company doesn't have endless dollars when they continue to pay out the kind of money they do to its agents. Think about a company that pays out in some weeks over 80% commission. Find me another company that pays you 80% commission. Find me another transaction where that's the case. 80% of the money goes back not to the owners, not to the company, but to the agents. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of money. Then on top of that, the R&R Club. While they're doing that, they're on a conference call with all the cruise contest winners talking about, oh, by the way, we're about to scratch a check to the cruise company for over $250,000. So the company invests in its agents. It's not ridiculous for the company to expect the agents to invest in themselves. That's all they're saying, invest in yourself. So here's the thing. What are you here to do? Well, you're here to get trained, and hopefully you're here to follow the process in the system. The ever-growing process, it's an evolution for you to take advantage of. Number two, get your team trained. Get them to follow the process in the system. Because if you don't, you are creating more work for yourself. Just remember that. If you think you're going to come here, learn all the information, then you're going to go back and teach your team, good luck. But your capacity to do that is limited to how many people you can manage. For some of you, that's going to be 25. For some of you, it might be 50. For some of you, might be super talented. That might be 100. You're not going to have thousands and thousands of people. Being able to coach all of them individually, work with them nationwide, that's never going to happen without a process and a system. So you want to get your people to the trainings. Get them here. That's all I do. People say, how did you get this pin? I'm going to tell you, I have more people in the trainings than anyone else, period. That's the reason. That's the only reason. The reason we make the most money, we have more people in the trainings than anyone else. There are 3 other trainings taking place this weekend. And you know what? We have people in all of them. And you want to have people in all of them. And when you have as many people at the trainings than we do, you'll have this too, because that's how it works. Amount of people you have in the trainings equals amount of volume you do, amount of results you have, amount of good people you have. The trainings are a sort. The trainings determine who's in and who's not, who's serious and who's not, because it's impossible to walk out of a training after spending 2 days with us and not leave here more determined, more focused, more motivated, more dedicated, more educated, and at least giving you the ability to take more shots at this business than you might have been prior to coming here. That's the reality, because if you're not focused on it, then you're not going to perform. If you're not focused on your job, if you're not dedicated to your job, if you don't wake up in the morning and you're not focused, dedicated, on time, and so forth, are you going to have a job? Nope, you're going to be fired. You will have no job. Same thing here. If you're not focused, if you're not dedicated, if you don't do the task, what are you going to get? You're not going to get fired, because we don't fire people. You're not going to get a paycheck. That's worse. That's why you come here. But don't you want your people to be dedicated, motivated, focused, on track? And does it mean guaranteed that if somebody comes to this training, they're automatically going to be motivated, dedicated, on track? Not necessarily. That's why I said it's a sort. Some people will come in, they still won't do anything. But here's what I will guarantee you. I will guarantee you the people that don't come, they got no shot. Those people are definitely going to last, especially when you start thinking long term. The people that come to the trainings have the best chance because they're going to know at least what's involved. They're going to know, they're going to have the best chance. So that's my focus. I put more value on the training than anything else. I put more value on the training than the opportunity itself. Because the reality of it is, if I get them in the training, then the opportunity is going to be that much more valuable to the person who is in the training. See, somebody comes to the training, or somebody comes to convention, or somebody comes to a bigger event, is going to see a bigger vision of what FES, the opportunity, has to offer. If they don't come to the training, where do they get that from? The person who's new talking to them? It's not going to happen. So get your team trained. That's my focus, getting people to the trainings. Of course, you got to implement what you learn. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Doesn't make sense to hire a golf pro, go learn from the golf pro, and then go out and not do anything the golf pro shares with you. That was a waste of money, a waste of time. You just got to sell out. You got to sell out to the system. Sell out to the system, sell out to the process, let go, and that's hard to do, right? You got to let go. Meaning, let go of all the things that are going to be holding you back from following the process. Because it's hard. Because we're all adults, right? And so what do? We judge. We judge. Every one of you that's new, that's coming in here, you're going to spend some of your time judging. Because you're not familiar. What am I going to learn? What am I going to get out of this? How's this going to work? You know, are they really going to teach me what I need to know? Do I agree with that? And the more time you spend judging, the less time you're spending learning. Don't judge. Again, we're here to teach you what works. We have no interest in showing you how to fail. Nobody makes a dime on people that fail. We only make money on people that succeed. So come in, be a student, be humble, don't be smart. Coming in smart. We have a lot of smart people out there too. We got too many smart people. If you're smart, you can't learn because you already know. Smart people don't have to think. Why would they need to think when they already know? Smart people that don't think don't have to manage or process or filter what comes out of their mouth. That's why when you talk to people that know everything, you ever listen to somebody like that, you're like, geez, why would they say that? I can't believe they said that, because they don't have to think because they already know. I'm not that smart. You know what that means? It prevents me from stupid things coming out of my mouth because I'm not that smart. So I stop and think first. What am I about to say? Yeah, that's stupid. Don't say that. That's a good rule of thumb. Because what you say and what you do has a direct impact on other people. Like people say, how come I can't sign these people up? Well, listen to what you say. Listen to how you say it. Look at the things you do. Pay attention. Because everything you do communicates. Everything you say communicates. And people sign up in this business based upon the messenger more than the message. You got to be a great messenger. And if you can't be a great messenger, be quiet. And get somebody else who can be and let them do the work. So don't be smart, get smart. So look, what are we going to do this weekend? You know, we're going to focus on a lot of techniques. We're going to focus on the attitude you need, the mindset you need. We're going to cover all that. And you got to have both. See, you got to have skill, and you got to have the right mentality and the right mindset. You got to have both. Imagine being a rock climber and you only had one. You see, if you're a rock climber and you have technique, that means you know how to get on the rock, you know how to climb the ropes, you know how to put everything in place, you have all the right equipment. But if your attitude's terrible, you're not going to be able to climb because you're going to give up. You're going to have a bad attitude. Can I make it? Will it work? Will these rocks support me? So all of a sudden, your mindset causes you to fail. What if on the flip side, you're the most positive person in the world? What if you are so positive, got the greatest attitude, but you have no idea how to climb rock? Well, you're just going to be dangling on a rope. You ain't going anywhere. You're going to be positive. I'm getting to the top. I'm getting to the top. No matter what, I'm getting to the top. But no, you ain't, because you can't climb rock, and you're probably going to die because you're going to fall. But you have a great attitude. I love people with a great attitude but no skill. It's like people that read tons of books. They tell me, man, I've read 40 books. But look at you. But you haven't accomplished anything. You can't just read books. You can't just be smart. You can't just know. You have to have skill. And you got to be able to perform with that skill. That's what a pro is. A pro does that. Of course, we're going to teach you, hey, what to do. A lot of you in here, you want to know what. So we're going to share with you what. We're going to share with you a lot of what to expect on this journey to success. What is it going to take to get to the top? Because we don't want you to face unexpected things. We want you to know what to expect. What do you need to do? Then we're going to show you how. How does it work? How does the compensation plan work? How does the service work? How do you sell the service? How do you take advantage of the opportunity? How do you meet people when you're out and about and strike up a conversation and recruit new people into your business? How? We're going to show you how.